Hey guys, Objector here, and today we're starting our Halo Tips and Tricks series with what is the best aim sensitivity in Halo 5. This is one of the most common questions people have about first-person shooters, and whether it's for Call of Duty, Battlefield, Destiny, or Halo, the short answer is that there is no best sensitivity for any of the games. It all depends on your playstyle and your reaction time and countless other factors. However, there is usually a good range for each of these games, and it can vary greatly. Now before we go any further, I do want to mention I do play with a SCUF controller and control freaks, so do keep that in mind as we continue with these tips videos relating directly to the controller itself. If you don't know, control freaks are basically additions added to the top of the thumbsticks to make them taller. This increases the arc of the thumbstick, meaning small fine-tuned aiming can be made more easily, allowing for a slightly higher sensitivity level without the loss of dexterity. Now, the number one tip I have for you is to play 10 to 20 games after changing sensitivities to allow your mind and muscle memory to adjust. You can also do this by playing the campaign for an hour or two to get adjusted with lower stakes than jumping straight into a match. But I can't stress enough that you have to give yourself time to adjust to a new sensitivity level before deciding, oh no, I'm doing bad, I need to go back to my old sensitivity. It's just because you aren't used to it yet and you haven't had an opportunity for your mind to adjust. So with all of that out of the way, I will tell you that most pro Halo players play between sensitivities 2 and 6. For those of you who are coming over from games such as Call of Duty, this is going to seem very low, and you're right, it is low, and there is a reason for this. Halo is a slower time to kill game, where instead of having to hit 2 to 4 shots, you will need 16 shots with an assault rifle. This means that you will likely shoot at least 20 rounds depending on how many shots you miss. The lower the sensitivity, the less likely you are to overcorrect and drag the cursor back and forth, missing shots to the right and left. The more shots you miss, the longer your time to kill, and the more likely you are to lose that gunfight. However, some of you may prefer a higher sensitivity setting so you can turn around and get shots off on an opponent running up from behind you more quickly. While high sensitivities do offer this advantage of having your head on a swivel per se, you may end up going past your target and missing shots, as we just talked about. If you find yourself getting killed from behind, it's more likely a positioning problem and not knowing where your opponents are likely to come from, which we'll discuss in a later video. So in recap, sensitivities 2 to 6 is a good range to start. If you're new to the Halo franchise, I would suggest a lower setting and adjust up as needed. When you stop overcorrecting and missing shots to the right and left, you're probably in a good spot. Everyone is different, and just because the pros or myself use a specific sensitivity doesn't mean it's right for you. And the number one takeaway from this video, if you learn nothing else, play 10 to 20 games on a sensitivity before changing, and this gives your mind and muscle memory time to adjust. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something new. In this series we'll be discussing all the technical options such as button layouts, toggle crouch, and basically all the important settings in the game. Then we'll be moving on to gameplay tips such as how to make the most of the new movement mechanics and map layouts and strategies. So for more Halo 5 tips and tricks, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, this is Objector, signing off.